David guys here for D.Gray-Man Chapter 223, searching for AW, or searching for Alan Walker to my way. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but the chapters seem to be getting smaller and smaller pages. Like the first two chapters 60, 40, 50 pages. And then last 3 months was 36 pages, and this one was 26. So hopefully we don't continue to hate us. I'm a little worried about that happening. Because Katsu was just really get into the role with the 80, 60 pages, but then now she looks like she's slowing down. But anyways, it's still great to have D.Gray-Man content. I love just reading it. The story is one of my favorite parts, and it's really in depth. It's just some major mind twist and thinking. But anyways, this chapter starts pretty much where we left off last chapter, where we see basically Alan talking to himself. Oh, I have to go to that place, that mansion, but right now Nia's taking over my body, and I have he knows that Nia's has full control over his body, and so it's a dire situation. Alan's really worried. So pretty much he's remembering everything. He goes to remember see Johnny calling to him the night before, when he attacked Johnny before, then he's sleeping, and it's just a very nice heartwarming moment where we see Alan saying oh the souls of human, they call out, Johnny's calling out to me as a friend, saying that Akima's there's human souls are in Akima, and they call out to me as well. So it kind of seemed like a very shonen general thing with oh, the friends coming up, but then Katsu did a nice kind of connection to Akimas and the souls and within Akimas as a call out too when you ever purify them. So that's actually a really nice moment. I actually really enjoyed what Katsu did there. Some really intense stuff where you think about it's not your generic friend calling. It's more than that, because the human souls is very important stuff. There's been shown where they call out and they try to connect to Alan and stuff. So that's been really interesting to see. So we basically see Alan connecting to Johnny, seeing how everyone's there for him. We see Leon, we see Kanda, we see everyone in the Black Order, and he says pretty much screams, "Give out, give my body back, Nia." And we skip right back where the last chapter 221 ended off, where Link was "Oh, I'm here to serve the 14th," and Nia was "What are you talking about?" So it was really weird this chapter. We got the first part of the chapter ended off, or 221 ended, 222 ended off, and then around page 9-8 is where 221 ended off. But anyways, we see where Nia's "Oh, no, you're scary, man. You're we see some Nia's just scared. Link's just talking, "How am I scared?" Blah, blah, blah. Got a good laugh out of that, but. So then the conversation dies more than stuff. Where we see Nia says that he doesn't like humans, and then Link's "What about Miriam Cross?" I had no choice. Still, really wondering how Cross is connected in all this, because we still haven't gotten. There's no we haven't got a hint at all how Cross is connected to the 14th, Mana and Alan. What role does Cross play? I could honestly it's very suspicious. Cross is an amazing character. There's so much mystery and depth towards him. I just would love to know so much more about Cross, and I would love to know how he's involved in all this, because I feel he's that piece that we need to get this puzzle all solved. He's that piece, and he's missing again. Why is Cross missing again? Oh, Cross, why? But we see Nia say he has no choice in that, and basically, and then Nia's "I'm not gonna work with you. I have Tim." And then Link drops that very that very subtle line where "Oh, Tim is dead," and Nia is very concerned about that. And I was really confused way back when Tim got destroyed by not the Innocence, the Judgment, not Judgment. I can't remember the guy who's searching for the heart. I can't remember his name now, but one of the other main villains. And Tim gets destroyed by that, and it seemed very subtle, out of nowhere. You're Tim can't die. Tim is a very important piece. He's in all with Alan, so it's very interesting. We even see back to 165, where chapter 165, we see Alan talking to, or Cross talking to Alan, even message "Oh, do you like Tim? I kind of never really I just left him for you, but he's actually for you." So kind of interesting. I'm really wondering how is Tim important, because we know he was created by the 14th, and he had the lyrics to the art pretty much, but I feel there's more to Tim as well. Maybe Tim's some sort of key to unlocking Nia, to bring him physically. I can see that happening where Tim is a key and now Nia's kind of stuck in Alan's body. I wouldn't be surprised maybe even in the future on we get like a mix of Alan and Nia together, like their personalities mix and then become the ultimate being. I don't know how like how being asked about it, but I can see that. But anyways, Tim is very, very interesting, and it's very interesting to see how Nia reacts to the scene, like the hearing that Tim is destroyed. But before he can even say anything, we get it like a random like Noah Fish order comes and attacks. It's like, release the Millennium Earl, and we see like very weird design with like the mouse on his body and this huge tongue. We see like activate talisman, which is this thing, which is really cool. And he pretty much like Noah's going berserk, like asking him Millennium Earl. But Link goes and says like, oh, I don't know if you know, the Millennium Earl's release. And we see that beautiful panel. It's just Millennium Earl, the stack, like the stakes are on his arm. He's just hanging from there, and we see Wesley just like grabbing him. Like, oh, Earl, I'm so happy to have you back. But yeah, I really enjoy it. I don't know, I really like Wesley's character, and I hope we see more of him. But anyways, we see like Mana going crazy, like or the Earl doesn't want to be called Mana, but we see him going. He's like, Nia's broken. He's broken. I'm not Mana. And really, like, we just see how broken the Earl is, and I don't know. I really love that one, like the way he looks, like the half like big fat form, like his masculine form is doing his thing. But I wonder how they're gonna bring the Earl back, like all the notes and stuff, because he seems like distraught over like his conversation with the 14th. There's some really intense stuff. We even see Tiki Miki like recognize Mana names, but he couldn't really like get a connection where he heard it before. So it's interesting where Tiki Miki heard that from. I'm not sure if that's in before, like a previous chapter way back where Earl was talking to Tiki Miki, but I'm pretty sure it's never happened. But anyone can confirm if we've seen, like, I guess Tiki Miki like talk about Mana or Earl talk about Mana around Tiki Miki. But if not, that seems very, very like mysterious why Tiki Miki knows Mana's name. And well, pretty much the chapter ends off where we see, oh, we should go back to the Ark and the boy will return. And that pretty much ends the chapter. I really thought we were going to imagine this chapter, but this is pretty much like an expedition chapter I can see. Like, we see, like, Alan like talking about, like, he knows the 14's going to over him, and we see the 14 and Link talking, and then the Weeks of Millennium Earl. So, it looks like the next arc is going to be focused at that mansion. Cannot wait for that. We got some very important characters. The mother of like the Mana and Nia, and we got like another Campy. I think with the daughter as well. So that's gonna be really, really intense. I cannot wait till we find there, because we know that either Road or Cross said go to that mansion. The answers will be given there, because we don't know who it was specifically. I think it's Road, but whatever. Cannot wait. But anyways, this is the epic, guys. I will see you, I guess, 3 months from now. It's a long, but see you next time.